Alright?
Yeah, that's what all the kids do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what the kids do. Peace out, A-Town. So, where are we going today?
Today on the road with Joab and Rich, we are going to be going to see Lara and Aaron. They're in Brislington. Briz.
That's not far.
Not far, but it's still far.
Still far.
To go to church.
Yeah. Normally people go around the corner to go to
Respect.
church.
Yeah.
Respect. Let's go.
Let's go. Just want to check. That thing doesn't record the speed that we go, does it?
Not necessarily. No.
That's good. That's good.
Coming to my humble abode.
Hi, Lara.
Hi, Lara. We're in your pad. Lara pad.
Lara pad.
Yeah, and
Lara pad.
we've got a few questions to ask. So question number one is, how did it come about to come to Hillfields Church?
So yeah, I'd been thinking about going to a different church, and actually my other church, which was kind of closing down, it's not too far away in Speedwell, so I just had a list of churches in the surrounding area that I thought I would check out, so one each Sunday. And it's probably about 15 minutes drive from my house, but I was already used to driving to Speedwell, which was about the same distance. So yeah, I just thought I'd keep in the same locale, and yeah, Hillfields was the first church on my list to check out. So I checked it out.
Did you go to any other churches?
After that, no.
Cool. Obviously you already said that you travel anyway to go to church. So question really, 15 minutes drive to go to church would in some people's minds be too far, and people would say, oh no, church is meant to be local, why did you go to your local church? What is your viewpoint on that, and why would you travel 15 minutes, maybe further, longer than that if it's in traffic, to get to a church? Why do you think that's important?
And the reason I travelled to my my old church was because that's where I became a Christian and grew up with, those were that was my church family. So I travelled because that was like my spiritual home, and yeah, that was what I did. I think there are churches much closer. There's one just around the corner, but for me, it's not. The importance isn't that it's a church, it's that it's a church that I feel comfortable in, that's spiritual, that's Bible believing. So there's lots of different factors that would have to be right for me to go to that church, and just because it's round the corner, it doesn't factor into that at all. I need to be fed spiritually.
Yeah.
And yeah, for it to be family, really.
Yeah.
So that's more important than how close it is. And well, like I said, I went to Hillfields and then didn't bother to check out the other churches on my list. So
cool.
That ticked the boxes.
So the final question then is, why have you stuck coming to the Hillfields? But also, what kind of experiences have you had since you've been coming?
So my initial experience when I walked in the door, I think I was greeted by about 8 different people because I came at 10:30, and obviously the service didn't start till 11 or a little after.
Yeah.
There was lots of time in that period for people to come and say hello, which they did, and I didn't know these people from Adam, and it was just so welcoming that I wasn't just sat at the back looking at everybody. People were coming up and asking who I was and somebody made me a coffee, and it was just really, really welcoming, and that from the outset is a great experience.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can go into a church and feel like you're sitting in somebody's space, or you feel like you're the odd one out or whatever, and I didn't feel like that in Hillfields. So yeah, that was the initial kind of okay, this feels okay. And then every time I've come since, each Sunday it's something different. It's not the same, and I think that's a good thing too, that you can't kind of get too comfortable in the routine of what's going to happen, because it might be something completely different, and I think that's really good as well. That keeps me on my toes spiritually.
So we're really appreciative that you let us in your house. Very much so.
Now,
and we hope that this encourages many people.
Yeah. So we're gonna jet on to next week.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be next?
Yeah. Who's next?
We don't know. Let's go.
As we go on the road.